listening to Reverb Radio. Back. Welcome back to Brothers by Law. Ryan, you haven't been... I have, that was incredibly loud, Ryan. Holy crap.
Sorry.
Welcome back, everybody. Ryan, I, of course, have been back for a hot minute, but Ryan has not. This is the first time we're recording in like a month.
Yeah, it's been ages.
Yeah.
Whole lifetime.
Honestly.
Lots has happened since then.
Yeah. You know Brothers by Law by now. We just kind of chit-chat for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Who really knows how long this will go for. But this is just a catch-up day, especially with Ryan, because everyone's heard my voice and all my Twitch streams and stuff this week. So I'm kind of back in the swing of things and doing more than ever. But Ryan has just been kind of ghosting away. He doesn't really go on Twitter too much. He doesn't really... he hasn't really done anything in ages. So, Ryan, how is life?
Life is really stressful at the moment.
When isn't it, honestly?
At the moment, me and Shaylee, we're in the hectic part of, really making Brothers by Law official and getting this wedding all sorted out.
Oh, yeah. For everyone that doesn't know, Ryan isn't quite my brother-in-law just yet, not technically.
No.
When do you get married? Next year sometime.
Next year, November.
And that's when your life goes downhill because you have to spend the rest of your life with my sister.
Yep, and you. You too.
Spew.
Officially.
So yeah, I could imagine, not that I would know, but that wouldn't be the easiest thing to plan.
No, it's just like there's a whole lot of, do I want this or that? Do we want this person, that person? Where to see them? It's pretty much how it is in like any, I guess like any movie that like plan weddings. How it's all crazy. You got to like make a million phone calls or contact all these people because you need somebody for literally everything. You need somebody for food, drinks, seating, the whole lot. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't relate because A, I'm not getting married, and B, I just have to attend the thing. I don't have to do anything. To be completely fair,
easily seat you next to somebody that you don't like. So
yeah, but you know me, I'm a little shit. I'll cause a ruckus if you put me next to someone I don't like. So I'll just, that's just how I am. No, not really, but well, maybe a little bit really, but not really. But it's not something that it's not my stress at the moment. It's definitely a Ryan Shaylee stress, which I know they are because every time I see them, something comes up in the conversation about it. So, they're getting married not till late next year, but it will come around before you even know it.
It's been we're in August of this year already.
I don't know how.
The start of the year went so slow, and then now it's going. Bye. It's in the review mirror slowly.
Honestly, it's a crazy. We're still in. It's been a month since we've recorded, and we're still in kind of crazy COVID time. I mean, not so much here.
No.
Although, I mean, it could easily change.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen some parts of this country, Victoria, Melbourne. For anyone that doesn't know what Victoria is, the state that Melbourne is in literally. It got announced today. They're in a state of disaster.
Yeah, they're
stage 4 lockdown.
Which we haven't had any details just yet, or they're just saying about what the restrictions are now. But by what I can guess is a full like state lockdown. Everything will close.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
talk of like Victoria being cut off from the rest of Australia for 2 whole years. 2 years.
that's mental. That's so
No
mental.
one is allowed in or out unless they have a specific exemption to do. And if they come out of Victoria to any other state with like very specific reason, they have to quarantine and everything like that. I don't know. I have a feeling that no matter what we do as a state, I know South Australia, out of all the states in Australia, are probably doing the best, if not one of the best. It can easily come back here, and I'm pretty sure it will. Someone will bring it back here, and then it takes one person, and then we'll be in that again. I just don't think before the year is up, we won't be in another form of lockdown.
No. I reckon we will get hit by a second wave, but
Yeah.
I don't see it being as bad as it was the first time, obviously, because we actually, have our heads screwed on right.
Yeah.
But there will be a second wave, and hopefully that we can just do what we did the first time, only better, and just keep it under control.
Oh man, I'm so ready for it to be over, and it's just not. Yeah. I know that there's talk of a vaccine being ready in a few months. And did you see, by the way, it's actually an Adelaide science place. What is it called? A science office? What is that called? Science. Yeah, a laboratory. Yeah. It's actually an Adelaide one that kind of is pioneering. They called it a COVAX 19. I'm like, for fuck's sake. Yeah. COVAX 19. Here we go. Pun. But once we get that into the works and it actually does work, then maybe it'll start calming down a little bit in the sense of people are just vaccinated towards it. But, oh, man, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing about it, and it's just not going away, and it's not going to go away for a long time, and it's everywhere, and bleh.
Once that vaccine is created, it will disappear out of the media because people start to get better. It will go, so
that's
it
true.
will be better.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just ready for it to be over. Something that's also being talked about it being over is TikTok.
Oh no!
Now it's not. Well, no. Well, Donald Trump yesterday claimed that as early as today he would ban TikTok in the US because of some kind of. TikTok is essentially owned by China in some way, a Chinese company, and they're scared they're going to spy on different people, and there was talk of banning it. But in many places, India has banned it, and there's been talk of banning it in Australia, the UK, and most recently the US. I don't know. It just, to me, is like, okay, I understand it. I understand that you don't want, you don't want to be spied on or monitored by different countries that have different views to yours. I get that, but it's just like, we're worried about that, but we're also not worried about people being killed in the streets, and we're not worried about everything that happened with Black Lives Matter and is still happening with Black Lives Matter, and you're literally seeing innocent people being tasered and have different kinds of just different stuff thrown at them and then being mistreated. And it's like, you're not going to worry about that, but you're going to worry about an app where people twerk. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to worry about 15-year-olds twerking on an app. Like, that to me is just like, where do your values lie? And we're not going to, judge anybody on who they vote for politically in the States or whatever you have views on in that respect. Do you? But I mean, come on, there's got to be a point where you're just like, this is just, it's like apples and oranges here. Like, maybe focus on the thing that matters before you focus on dumb stuff. But regardless, TikTok being banned here's the thing. Is that taking away people's freedom? In a sense, I'm not talking about just because they can't go on TikTok, but it's like, you start here and where else do you go? Because listen, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, we're getting monitored in some way. Our data is being monitored. So I know it's different, but is it really that different?
It really isn't. And I guess you can in a way see where they're coming from. Like,
oh yeah,
they are spying us. But then when you really like break it down, what are they spying on? Just like the bunch of children to old people that are doing all these stupid dances or Vine-like videos, and like, what information are they grabbing to use against, I guess, their enemies or the US or whatever? Like, they're not grabbing anything
I
really
didn't think.
important or crucial.
Well, I guess in a sense, I didn't think China was an enemy to the US, or I don't
They're
really know.
not
I'm
so much.
not. I think
They're
it's
not
just
so much
because of everything
enemies.
with COVID and everything like that, and
Yeah, they're
Donald
more
Trump
just button
saying stuff.
heads at the moment. They're just like, I guess they're just looking for any reason to, I guess, pick on them, like say, oh, they're doing
Well,
this, that.
yeah. It no matter where you are in the world, it's like a game of one-upsmanship with every country. They're just finding a
Yeah,
reason to kind of go at them and just say, this isn't right, you're wrong, we're a better country than you. Every country does it. It's like, I don't understand it, really, to be honest, but TikTok being banned is more likely to happen than not to happen, I think. And I think if the US does it, other countries will just kind of follow suit, to be completely
yeah.
fair. But who really knows? I've seen rumors of Microsoft being in talks to buy TikTok, so then it's owned by an American company. I've heard so many rumors with it, and there's all this chatter and stuff. Who knows if it will happen? I think it personally will happen. The states
Okay.
first, and then I think it will. I think Donald Trump will follow through with that. But then I don't know. Trump says a lot of things. He says one thing and then doesn't do it, and then I think he just kind of speaks out of his ass half the time. So that's how I kind of view that. But whatever it may be, it's very different. In the time that we've been away, though, Ryan, there has been a few. We talk a lot about video games on here, and
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know if you. I don't know. You may be one of the people within the circle that I talk to that didn't actually play The Last of Us 2. Did you?
I have not played that yet. No.
Me either. Well, I've watched people play it. I've watched the whole story. But it seems weird. It just seems like a game that's up your alley.
Yeah, even though I haven't played it yet, I know a lot of people who have, and it's very much split from people saying no,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't like it, it was trash, to people saying that they loved it and it was a great story. So I guess when I do eventually get around to playing it, which I will, I'm just going to go in with an open mind,
Mm.
and I guess it would just be like any other game. If I like it, well, then I'm going to like it. If I don't, then I don't. I'm just not going to listen to people that say, "Oh, don't play it, it's a shit game," because I've never been like that.
Yeah, I watched. I mean, we've had this conversation before on here, but I don't play those games very well. I'm just not very good at them. I get lost. I get really
Yeah.
frustrated with them. But I like watching people play it, and I watched people play Last of Us 2, and the story I thought was great. I thought the first story was a little better, but I still think it looked like a good game. I'll eventually play it one day, but I could just. Obviously, there's going to be no spoiler chat here from me, but I feel like you'll enjoy it, and I feel like, again, you seem to be on the boat with these things when games come out like that, so it surprised me that you haven't played it.
Yeah, well, at the time I was gonna get around to playing it, I ended up pre-ordering Ghost of Tsushima,
Ah,
and
right.
I've been really stuck into that game. Which that game, I must say, I haven't even completed yet, but I love that game,
Huh.
and
I
it broke records for the quickest selling game in 3 days. I think it sold 2.5 million copies.
Heck,
Yeah,
jeez,
amazing
it's.
game.
I don't know what I've heard the name, but I don't know what it's about. To be completely fair, I really don't. But
It's
everyone
bad.
keeps talking about it.
Yeah, it's a very strategic fighting style game.
Mm.
Set in Japan where they get overrun by Mongolians.
Oh, oh
Or the
hell.
grand or the is it grandson? I think it's the grandson of Genghis Khan. He kind of takes over the whole place. It starts off with you along with 16 other samurai, because there's only a few of you left. Go to battle with him on the beach, and pretty much you'll get wiped out, and you're left. Which you'll
Hmm.
then, and everybody thought that you died, which comes as the name the Ghost.
Hmm.
Because yeah, a
There you go.
great story. Yeah, it's
I,
very intense
I,
as well.
I'm sure that many of people that listen to this show. Um, by the way, I don't know if you know this, Ryan, but I have a specific audience that only listens to this show out of my four. Is
Oh,
that weird?
really?
Yeah, there's like a few
I
people
didn't
that
know
like.
that.
There's a few people that talk to me that are like they don't watch wrestling, so therefore they listen to this show. Like, this is the show they listen to every week. And I'm like, that's kind of cool, just to have that specific audience that just listens to this show. But everyone, like, I'm just excited to have this back and be on a new space with Reverb Radio and everything like that, and everything else that I've got going on. I'm just kind of in a good zone with everything, which is cool. And you are too, because you don't got to do shit but show up and talk.
Nah, just got to come here, flap my lips, and then leave.
And I do everything else. So works well.
Great.
Because I like to be in charge.
Now I just need to start getting paid for it.
No.
Damn.
That's when I will sack you. I'll be like, brother, just brother, just me. Just me. Well, maybe when I become a millionaire, that's when I'll start paying you $5. $5 per episode.
That's all right. I'll be down for that.
$5.
Gotta start somewhere.
We've done, over the time of, or the short history of this show, we've done many different things. Video game. We talk a lot about video games because it's just something we both love. And Ryan has a lot more knowledge on video games than I do, I feel. I know my shit, and that's it. When Ryan kind of has an idea on everything. We talk a lot about that, though. We've done some quizzes, and we've done some other things, and I guess what we want to continue is that, but add some more elements to it. We really both enjoy doing watch-alongs, which we're going to do every now and again with different kind of WWE matches, because we both enjoyed that. It's something kind of changes it up. I know you really like that too.
Yeah, I enjoyed that, doing that the first time and only time we've done it.
Yeah. Well, that's the only reason. But we'll keep doing that. We might do that next week or the week after. We don't know. It's a good kind of fallback if we can't kind of come together on an idea to just kind of do a watch along, because it's really, there's not really a wrong way to do that. You just kind of pick something and then be like, react to it. And I don't do watch along podcasts. That was my first and only one I've ever done. So that's kind of exciting. I'm into that. So we'll be doing some more of them. And, you know, as we gear up towards the end of the year now, Ryan, we're in the latter half of the year with PS5 and the Xbox all coming out. I'm more than likely, like, I mean this, more than likely not going to get a PS5 at launch day. I'm kind of pretty set on the fact that, yeah, I'm going to wait until some games that I actually want to come out.
That's
because, fair. I don't know. I just don't want to spend $600, whatever it's going to be, on something that I'm not really going to use straight away. I'd rather wait 6 months when it's a little cheaper and also have some games that I actually want to play. So,
or even if you're comfortable, as we know with not every console that comes out, but since the PS2, they always come out with a better version.
Yeah.
Like a slimmer version or just better in performance.
Mm-hmm.
So you could also just wait for that one. I might wait for that one, not sure yet.
Or you'll buy it. You're going to buy it straight away. I know how you are, and that means I can just come over and play it. I don't have to buy it straight away. I'll see if I want it enough. Yeah, I'll just use you for your PS5. Speaking of games that are coming out, something we haven't really discussed on here, because I believe the trailer came out when we were on a little bit of a break, is WWE2K Battlegrounds, because that thing looks like insanely stupid, which is right up my alley. Is that right up your alley? Do you prefer arcade style than a simulation style wrestling game?
Yeah. I do like the simulation style when it's done right, as we know.
So not 2K20.
Yeah, but I think they're going about it really good with just bringing this out. It's just a load of fun, stupid, silly kind of gameplay.
All Starsy, which I love.
Yeah, to distract people so then they can really, like, by what I can guess, they're just going to sit back and try and make a 2K20, but better.
2K22 will be next year, which I would assume would be on the next generation of console too.
Yeah.
Which is also good. I wouldn't be opposed to having a yearly release, but every second year it's simulation, every other year it's arcade. I wouldn't be opposed to that, because it gives you, if you just added some roster updates maybe and just some patches to kind of keep the game a little fresh, I could go with, you know, a 2K simulation release every second year. It means we're going to get a different, better game every time, instead of just having something that's like, you know, 2K18 and then 2K19, it's like 2K18.5. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not, it doesn't feel stupidly different. It just feels like,
it's missing that wow factor that makes you want it. It's more
yeah.
just like a standalone update that they've released on a disc.
Yeah, making you pay heaps more money for it, which is just
Yeah.
silly. I don't know. I'm excited for 2K Battlegrounds though, which again, subtle plug. I've done this a few times on my other shows, but I will be doing a midnight release stream for 2K Battlegrounds, so make sure you come and hang out. Because the beauty of being in Australia, Ryan, is that we're in the future to the rest of the world.
Yeah, we are.
So come hang out and see the game before you play it, if you're in the States or the UK, because I have it like a whole day ahead of you guys, so that's kind of exciting.
You're bragging rights.
Hey, I'll take it. So come and hang out midnight when that game comes out. I believe it's September 18th, I believe, or 19th. I think it's the 18th. So next month we'll have that. It'll be here before you know it. But I'm excited for it, and it seems like something that is just going to be really easy to have. Kind of, if you're at my house or whatever, and there's a few people around, it's just easy to give someone a control and be like, "Here you go." And I don't really have to explain anything. Just press some buttons and find out what it does, and it's just kind of silly, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, that's a game, a wrestling game that has that wow factor because it's new. Well, it's not. Yeah, it's new. It's just gonna have a whole new feel to it, and it is gonna be loads of fun.
And honestly, you don't have to be a wrestling fan to like that game. I don't feel because it's just silly.
It opens up that variety of audience that they can target.
Yeah, I feel like with the simulation games, which I'll throw in that I probably prefer a simulation game over an arcade game. I love both, but I like the feel of like sitting down and recreating what's on TV. That's how I like to play wrestling games.
Yeah.
But that arcade, I've been playing a lot of old wrestling games. I've been playing Here Comes the Pain. I've been playing Shut Your Mouth, and like that to me is more arcadey than simulation, but has elements of simulation. But that's still fun. It's still something that I could sit down and give a control to people and be like, here you go, just kind of work it out. And it's kind of silly. You kind of know the objective. Instead of having I feel like with the 2K games, or just like the last maybe 6 wrestling games that have come out, you have to memorize so much on what to actually do just to physically be able to do something. You got to do this, and you've got to worry about other things. I know that 2K22, they've kind of briefly talked about, they've said they want to treat it they want to treat it more like a sports game. They're going in with the intention of like they're making an NBA game, basically. They're like, that's how we want to treat this. We want to make things feel... Yeah, they want to make it feel like a sports game instead of like a simulation game, I guess you would say. But that's how they're treating it. That's really all they've said, and they're just trying to listen to what people kind of want within the games, and they want to make a good, different game that you haven't really had before. So they've got a new director or something like that. I don't know the exact term, but they're excited, I think, to have some time to work on this thing instead of just bringing something out to bring something out. So I like that. I don't know how you feel, but
see, you and saying that's gonna give me that confidence that they are gonna bring that wow factor in, treating it as a whole different category of games, which also, by what I can only hope for, is GMO make a return.
Everyone wants that, don't? That's the number one thing that everyone wants is GM mode, and it's like,
well,
I don't know. I like GM mode. I always did like GM mode. It was a lot of fun, and yes, I would welcome it. But there's elements of GM mode that I didn't like. And
you mean like how you lost to me?
well, that. But there's elements of GM. I wish there was like some kind of way you could merge GM mode with universe mode and put them together to kind of make it like a weird blend of a GM mode, universe mode type of deal. Because the one thing I will say about GM mode that I didn't like is that it just felt like... It didn't feel like you were running the show. No. Like, there was no element to watch any of those matches. Like, you could play them and you could watch them, but it didn't feel like you were accomplishing anything by doing that. I wish there was more of a play factor, or just more of a sense of like,
like a
making me,
controller.
yeah, like you're making me want to play these matches, and you're making me want to see my show. I want to have that more, instead of just doing contracts and rosters and making matches. I want to actually control the show. Like, this is what I want it to look like. This is what I want it to sound like. These are the kind of people I want to. I want it more of that. I guess what universe mode lacks, GM mode has, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I want a kind of blend of that. That's how I would want it, but I just want to recreate what's on my television. That's all I want to do in these games. I want to be able to have a match and it look like it's something on TV. That's all. There's no multiplayer aspect to that game. They've milked that and just completely taken that and ruined it. There's nothing to make me want to play that game other than I'm a wrestling fan and this will do for me. But I've been playing 2K19, so that game is so much better than 2K20. I use 2K20 for very little, and basically I only use them for certain things on stream because there's certain characters in the game that I want, and that's the only reason that I use it. So I hope 2K22, which is weird to say, is
22.
Just much better, and Battlegrounds and everything like that. One more thing we will talk about before we go. There's been lots of talk because Rockstar had put something out, the fact that GTA 5 is going to have this online, GTA Online is going to have this online update, which has an entirely new location. And then you know how GTA fans are, Ryan. They speculate like crazy, and you probably know where I'm going with this, but they're like, basically, they've come to the conclusion that GTA Online, with this new location, with this new heist update, is going to be Liberty City.
Yeah.
And how we got there, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get how we got there, but we got there. Is there, Ellie, any part of you that believes this as true?
See, that's gonna be a hard one. Because then in saying that, then people are then gonna just connect everything with like all universes and everything. You know what? I would be open to it.
I'm not open to it, but I just don't believe it.
Yeah, it's because it'd be huge. It'd be too big, I feel.
How could you possibly do that in an online update?
Yeah, that's huge. That'll be huge.
And then, not only that, if they did have it, say they did have it hypothetically, and it was just for the heist, people would be having a meltdown the fact that you couldn't just drive there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it'd be cool. Don't get me wrong. It'd be really cool. Maybe it's something they bring out with GTA 5 on PS5 and Xbox. What is it? Series X or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something that is like that exclusive to that console, because that might be possible.
That could be. I mean, they did this similar thing to the first person in GTA 5 when they brought it out.
Exactly. They need to have a selling point of why to buy this game on PS5.
Again, for like the fourth time in your life.
Which I'm going to buy. That's probably what I'm waiting for with a PS5, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
I probably would too. Because it'd be better graphics, and it's just...
It'll be updated and everything like that.
That game, for me, has so much replay value. Like, you cannot play it for a while. You go back, you play the story, and you just have fun with it all the time.
And you forget. I always forget. I'm like, oh yeah, this happened, and there's different ways you can go, and I don't know. I really like that game. Everyone knows that, but I'm just a bit like, is it gonna happen? I don't know, but nonetheless, they've updated Red Dead Online, which didn't really take... I don't know. Did it really take any kind of... What's the word I'm looking for? It didn't really feel as big as when GTA Online came out. Red Dead. No. I don't know. It just didn't work. Well, I don't want to say it didn't work, because I'm sure there's lots of people that play it, but I've tried to play it, and I'm just like, this isn't it for me. I love Red Dead, but not online.
Yeah, I did dip my toes in the online area there, and I couldn't get into it. I was just finding myself just riding around with no objective or anything.
No, they added more stuff just recently. They added some other hunting and stuff
I think maybe eventually I might just go back to it, because I have been seeing a lot of things that are coming out, like they add all new bounties to backstories for the people that you're hunting and all new lore about it. But at the moment, I've got all these other games I'm too hyped about, and I don't know if you were into the series, but they've announced a new Fable game coming out.
Never even played it.
Well, I'm hyped for that. Hyped for the new Fable game. I thought they were done with the third one, but yeah, they just come out of nowhere saying, "Hey, new Fable's coming out. Get excited."
Damn.
That takes a more of a RPG. That's more of an RPG type game. Very old series as well.
I've heard of it. I know what it
Yeah.
is. It's just I never have played it. But well, then there's something to look forward to for you. Easy for me to say. Is there anything else you want to add? What else you've been up to? Anything else you want to kind of say before we wrap up?
I've been on holidays from work. Been chilling. That's where the whole hectic wedding stuff come in and pretty much took over my holidays. But now, so as from that, I'm looking forward to being back on Brothers by Law.
Yeah, bitch.
Try new stuff.
Oh no, not that again. That scared me the last time you did that. I was like, because it is really good. I know there's some people that can do that really well, but you can genuinely do that quite well. Creepy dude from, what is it, Family Guy. I was gonna say for some reason American Dad. I was gonna say, it's like, that's not right. But
well, what just say if Maria's still in the first place?
Oh my god, stop! You got the whistle down packed. It's kind of scary. But
very hard to do.
Oh my god, I'm not good at any kind of impression. I'm just not good at it. I'm not good at impressions.
Show you how to do it.
Oh my god, I can do Ryan. I'm a dickhead. Ah, see, sounds like Ryan. Everyone's gonna think that was you.
Got me
oh
down.
My god, got you so well.
By the way, it wasn't me that said that. If for anybody that was confused.
I think people might have been a bit confused, so I better take over the conversation.
You can do this show by yourself. I can have a break sometimes.
Yeah, I just do. I'm Ryan. I'm stupid. Oh man, classic Stitch Up. Classic Stitch Up. What a vibe. Well, that'll do us this week. Like we said, we just wanted to kind of catch up with everyone. We'll be back next week with probably a watch along, but we don't know just yet. We might change our mind, but more than likely a watch along. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. All of the links will be in the description below. Follow me on Twitch as well. I'm hyping that up because I'm having a lot of fun with that. So follow me on Twitch. Playing some Here Comes the Pain. We've been playing some SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 Road to WrestleMania mode. They've been a lot of fun just to kind of hang out and talk shit about people in the game. So that's kind of fun. We're kind of into it. So make sure you do that. All the stuff will be in the description below. And that'll do us for this week. So we'll see you next Sunday. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.